Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and today I'm going to share a card with you that I saw on Etsy that I didn't see the directions for, so I didn't want to spend the money to try to figure it out or like to buy it, so I went ahead and eyeballed it, and I think I did pretty well. It's a really cool card that has the dog from the Pampered Pets and uses the Pampered Pets Designer Series paper too. But I wanted to let you know that I am a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! So if you are in need of a demonstrator, just give me a call. Anytime that you order from me $35 or more, you get to get a tutorial of 16 projects with pictures and instructions, step-by-step instructions, and every month it changes. So let me show you what I am doing for next month, so anybody that buys from me for next month. So this is what I did, and it's just a 3D project, and my PDF, or it will have all the instructions on how to measure everything, and it's really cool. So I am hoping that you will take me up on it. So are you ready to start with the cards? Let's go. So this is the card that I made. I can't really stand it up the way I should be able to, because you are looking straight down and it's flat. So I wanted you to be able to see it. And then the front is this cute, sorry, let me close this up so that you can see. Cute little kitty that looks a little grumpy, but it says you're not old, you're just older. So, and then this all opens up, and these, when you stand it up, this is how it's going to be. So it's kind of cool. See how this goes flat like that? I love it. And I figured it out myself without having to pay any money. So I am going to share that with you. So let's get started. So I made a cheat sheet, which I usually do. I will have this available on my blog so that you can follow along if you would like. So I started off with a 12" by 5 1/4. Now originally I thought that I would do it to where it was in another card, and I was super excited about that, but then I realized I couldn't do that. So I just went ahead and kept it at 5 1/4, just because it was easier. All right, so you're going to bring in your Stampin' Cutter, and you are going to make sure your score is right there. Do not cut your paper. You want to score it. So I'm going to place it at 4 and score, then move it to 8 and score. So that does it into 3s. You know, it's all ready to go. All right, so I'm going to bring in my cheat sheet so I can remember what to do. And I want it to be where we cut it down this way first so that we can make sure we keep it right. So according to this, you go in at 1 1/4. Let me make sure that I have that right, because I don't want to do this wrong. Yep. Yes, 1 1/4. All right. So you go in at 1 1/4. Let me make sure I had to stand up. All right, and then you're going to make sure it's straight, and then bring your cutting tool, and that is going to start at 1 1/4. And you're going to put it down, and it's going to go all the way down to 6 3/4. So 6, make sure 6 3/4. All right, and then we're going to flip it and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to start at 6 3/4 because that's where I was, and go to 1 1/4. Okay, so that's it for cutting. Make sure you move that up because we don't want to cut anymore. So we're going to go to 1 1/4 on this way, and score between the lines here, between your cut lines. Okay, then we're going to, I'm going to flip it because that would have been, so 1 1/4. Then you're going to go to 2 5/8, 2 5/8, and you're going to score again between the lines. Then you're going to go to 4, which we've already done because we went all the way down. And then we're going to go to 5 3/8 and score that. Okay, so now if you can tell, I don't know that you can see. Let me see if I can back this up a little bit. Alright, so I have the score lines, and you're going to do not fold right here because this is not a fold. So this goes up, and then you're going to fold these right here and here. You just don't want to fold here. Sorry, I know it looks difficult, but it's not. Oh, and I forgot to put a fold right there. So let's go there. Hold on. I'm going to go this way because I'm confused. 6 3/4. Nope, that's not it. That's the last one. Then the next one is, here, I'll just go down here, eyeball it, see if I've got it right. Because you want it to be right there. Move it over. This is 5 1/4. All right, there. So sorry about that. All right. So now you have it. This is the way it will go, and this folds in. So now we're ready to do our cutting for the bands that are right here, which this is the part that scared me the most because I did end up cutting it where the paws were upside down on one side, so I had to redo it. So you got to make sure if you're using a DSP that has the pattern that has to be up or down, pay attention when you're cutting. All right, so then I am going to come in with my pieces of cardstock before I start so I can tell you what you need. All right, you're going to need, 4 of the real red at 3 3/4 by 5 times 4. So there you go. One of them is going to be put through the brick folder, and the 2 of them are going to be cut up for these 2 sides. And then the other one is for the side here, and the brick goes in the front. All right. So as you can tell, this is going to sit right here. So we need to make sure that we cut out this part and leave it to where you can see it. All right, so, and I have a piece of cardstock that I cut so that you can see, and let's get to that one. Okay, so you're going to come in to 7/8 to cut. So, and I always start over here because it just makes it easier because my hands can hold on to it. And you're going to go down to 4 1/8. Well, you're going to start, sorry. That makes no sense. Hold on, 1 inch. I'm sorry, so it's 1 inch in. I have the wrong cheat sheet here. All right, so you're going to go across from 7/8. Put that down, 7/8 to 4 1/8. Okay, so now we have that, and then we're going to come in and cut down. We're going to set it at 7/8 again here, and then we're going to just meet this right here and come down. And then we're going to put this at 7/8 on this side. And this is where you can see this a little bit harder to hold it here, but so then we have that. So then we take this off, and we're going to do it again. So now we have that. Then we're going to come in with the regular DSP, which this is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8, and we got to cut that too. So I've already got one ready to go, so we got to make sure that when we cut, we're going to be cutting this way. So we're going to go ahead and put that in to 7/8. Because this is cut smaller, it's fine. And then we are going to go ahead and do the same thing, which, wait a second. I want to make sure I get this right because I'm confused already. Sorry. 7/8. Then we're going to start at 7/8 to 4 1/8. So it's the same. So 7/8 to 4 1/8. Then we're going to do it at 7/8 down. Okay, so then that is going to go on here. Whoop, that's not right. We just need to trim this off a little bit more. So I think it was at 3/4 is what you needed to do this part at. And 3/4. Then I'm going to come in with my snips because I don't want to have to try to meet this. So remember, 3/4, not 7/8. Alright. Now let's see if it fits. Ta-da! Okay. Alright. Then you're going to cut 4, like out of these pieces that you cut out of here, you are going to cut 4. Okay, so you're going to need 4 of 1 1/8 by 2 3/4. And also, while we're cutting red, let's do the 2 by 2 1/2. And we will go ahead and do also the piece of white that's going to go on the front of here is at 2 3/8 by 1 7/8. And we're going to do it by 2 because I'm going to be putting the ribbon on and I want to cover the back too, just so that it's not sticky and sticking out. Alright, and then what else do we need? I think that's it. I went ahead and colored the dog already for the inside because I didn't want this to be too awfully long. I cut the cat out of the DSP, which is right here, and I cut him out. Isn't he cute? So he's the one that I thought looked the most snooty. The other ones, I could have done the scared one because, you know, you're another year older, but this one just called to me. Alright, so let's put this aside, or let me go ahead and put that on. And I am going to use the liquid glue for this just so that I can slide it around if I need to. And this is the multi-purpose liquid glue. Alright, so that's done, and then we're going to go ahead and put it onto the side here while we have it and it's ready. And I'm going to use the liquid glue again on this because I just want to make sure that I can slide it if need be. I'm going to go ahead, let's do it on the numbered side because this is something that you'll see. And put these in. good thing that I can move it because this one was crooked. Oh, dried really fast. Okay. All right, so we have that. Then I'm going to come in to make this here that's going to sit here. And I'm going to get my piece of white that I have, that 2 3/8 by 1 7/8, and stamp my sentiment in real red. This comes from the Pampered Pets stamp set. I hope your day is a real treat. And I'm going to have it go up a little bit because I'm going to wrap ribbon around the bottom. And I'm going to stick this with my Stampin' Seal, which let me give you a trick. When you start it, you want to go and then instead of checking like we used to, just like kind of do your wrist backwards so that keeps it at the end at all times. It checks it, but it also like makes it to where you can keep it at the top and don't have to keep feeding it. Okay, so we have that. And then I'm going to come in with my ribbon. And this is in a ribbon pack, which it comes in 2. So 2 different ribbons. I will have that listed underneath. So I am going to go ahead and bring in, because I want this to have a treat on it. And I'm going to use the bone, and the last one I did is I fed it through here, but I don't know that I can do that because this time it doesn't have the plastic on it, which the last one did. Let me see. If it doesn't work, just do it on the top. Let's see. Nope. I was unfurling it. Okay, so I'm going to do it exactly like I did for him on his collar because I couldn't go around his collar. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the back. Let me make sure it's straight. Maybe I need it to be down just a little. There. Okay, then I'm going to put this over top of the string or the ribbon. Alright, and then bring in my white piece that I said I was going to just cover it with so that this way it stays nice. Okay, you want to make sure that you're not putting your adhesive too close to the edge, but it does kind of rub off, so that's nice. Alright, so now that's ready to go on. What you need to do, and I know that we don't carry this anymore, so you can cut squares if you want. I'm just cutting 2 of the 1-inch circles from the old retired circle punch, and I'm going to fold each circle in half. It doesn't have to be precise because this isn't going to be seen. So this is going to be what makes it stick, makes it be able to hold straight on the front. So one edge is going to go here like this. So half of the circle is on the side and the other half is on this side. And let me go get the Stampin' Seal Plus because I want to make sure it really holds. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on both sides and do the same thing with the Stampin' Seal Plus. Now I'm not sure you can see, but on the Stampin' Seal Plus, let me see. Can you see that it is like it's cross-hatched on there? It's pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to put this right here because we want it right in the middle on this side of the score line. Goodness, sometimes you just gotta really think hard. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, and I know I cracked myself up. Okay, so I have it on both sides. Make sure all the tape is on, like so it doesn't go over the sides. All right, so now we have it like that, and we're just going to lay this down to where he is in the middle. Make sure we stick him down. Now when we put him out, see how that, let's see if I can show you. It's coming out just straight. Isn't that cool? Okay, sorry. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the bone on the front, which I should have done, but it doesn't really matter which order we do it, because I talked about it and then I didn't do it. All right, there we go. Whoops. All right, so you're going to take your glue dot and roll it into like a little tiny blob or booger or whatever you want to call it. And you're going to stick it on the back of his bone and then put it right there. And then I'm going to put another one, another little spot, and then I'm going to put that under the bone itself so that it will stick down. So now we have that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we're moving on. All right, so this is going to go right on here. We're going to go ahead and stamp Happy Birthday, which the set that I used, the Itty Bitty Birthdays, has the Happy Birthday, but I wanted it to be up and down, which I know I could have cut it apart, but I used the one from Here's a Card because I also, I just really like this set. So we're going to go ahead and use that with the Real Red again. And then we're going to bring in the dog that I have cut and put on dimensionals. I got red on there. That sucks. Sorry. I might have to put a doodad right there just because I messed it up. Okay, so we're going to come in with the stamp and seal. Do you see how I don't have to feed it when I do it that way? I like it. Okay. Okay, and then he's going to go on the inside. Whoops, and then I did it and I almost made it to where I didn't have to, where I had to feed it. All right, so let's bring in our card, and this is going to go right here. Now the front is pretty easy. We already ran this through the brick, and what I'm going to do is, because I really like the idea of it having texture, I'm going to come in with my Memento. And don't be scared, but this is what you do. You just run it across, and it mostly sticks onto where your brick is. So that just gives it more texture. And this is a black and red and white card, so we got to make sure that we have it perfect. Okay, so I have a piece of 3 3/4 by 2. And that's going to go right on here. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And that's just square on here so you can line it right up. Then you're going to bring 2 of these, which I just bend over. Boy, that played with my eyes. And again, we're going to put some adhesive on the back so we can grab our ribbon. And this is going to go straight onto here. Okay, then we're going to go right over our ribbon with our Stamp and Seal and put that onto a piece of black, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Then I cut out this really cute frame, and that is from the Tasteful Labels dies, and it leaves a really nice edge. I'm not sure, though maybe you can see it. It's really pretty. So we're going to go ahead and put the Snooty Kitty on there, which I have one of these, unfortunately. He loves my husband, but doesn't really care for me, which I hate. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and put those on dimensionals. So cute. So I'm going to put him over a little bit from the side because we're going to come in with this saying that says you're not old, you're just older. And that is from the stamp set Itty Bitty Birthdays. And normally on the inside you'd say, but you'll always be younger than me, but I'm not putting that on this time. Alright, so we're going to use this mini labels, whatever it's called. I'll have it down. Pick a label. And we're going to stick that right here. And I'm just going to have that one go flat because I don't want it to be competing with the cute kitty. Okay, and then this is going to go on the front of the card. So we're done. Well, I need to trim this a little bit because it's sticking out of the card. There we go. All right, so there you go. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much, and I really love how it came out. I especially love this part because it lays flat, like it comes out. It's just like what you would expect it to do. So, I hope you enjoyed this, and please come back again and leave a message so that I know that you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.